This is a story about me and the Bullies that I originally wrote 2 days ago, but I wasn't happy with it, so I extended it. Here goes. It's early morning and it's time for me to get myself off to school, but I flatly refuse because I know that when I get there I will be bullied. All I do is sit outside on the pavement almost every day crying because I don't want to go to school because of the bullies. Eventually I do go because I know I have no choice. I arrive late every day, which always lands me in after-school detention, which I never do. When I'm in school, all I do is cry most of the time because of what the bullies are doing and saying to me. Sometimes they would kick me under the table, slap me and put their feet out and trip me up on purpose, so I'd end up hurting myself. Most of the time it was name-calling such as Scabby Alice because I had bad acne and I would pick my spots making them scab over. They called me a freak amongst other things. They made up songs about me too which were really nasty. Not every day was a bad day when I was at school. I had some good days where I wasn't bullied and I was able to create some very fond memories with my friends. My mum did go to the school because of the bullying, but she only made things worse for me. I wasn't just bullied at school, I was bullied at home on the streets too. I would walk down the street I live on now and some kids from one family would say that I had done and said horrible things to their youngest brother and sister, even though it wasn't true. They'd hit me and threaten me and I was terrified of them because they were much bigger and tougher than I was. Some of the other kids would do bad things and then they'd tell the adults it was me and I'd be punished for something I didn't do. That didn't happen very often though. When I left school and started working, one of the bullies from school continued to bully me for a couple of years. If she saw me in the street, she would hit me and call me nasty names. When I used to go to visit a friend, she would stop me from going in and coming out of my friend's garden. This went on for quite a while until my friend, who was heavily pregnant at the time, saw this girl and she slapped her around the face and told her to leave me alone, and the girl ran off in tears. After this, the girl never ever did or said anything to me again. I haven't seen her in years and I don't think I'd know her if I saw her. The worst thing about this is a couple of years ago I got in contact with one of the bullies as I wanted her to tell me why she bullied me and what I did wrong. She told me that she was just a kid and she didn't know that what she was doing was wrong. This made me feel really mad because although she didn't bully me as bad as the other girl did, she was old enough to know that it was wrong. The bullying I described above is nothing compared to what I went through for 14 years at the hands of one woman and her family and friends. She constantly accused me of saying and doing things I hadn't done or said time and time again. Her friends would trick me into talking to them about what she was doing to me, and they would tell her that I had said things I hadn't said. I would go to nightclubs with this woman and sometimes she would pay me in and then leave me with no drink all night. I wasn't allowed to go to the toilet on my own. This woman would either come with me or send someone else to go with me. The worst thing she did to me was take a little girl away from me. I loved and treated that little girl like she was my own. When I left home, I couldn't afford to spend the kind of money on her that I used to spend on her, and she knew this. This woman turned a lot of people against me. She said that one of my friends wasn't feeding her baby enough, and she then told my friend it was me that said it. That friend has never spoken to me since, and I couldn't care less, to be honest. The final straw came when I was 32 years old and the woman who was bullying me tried to bath me. We were at her friend's and she went and got her. Twice her friend came in and told me to do as I was told and to do as I was told right now. I got out of the bath and I went into the bedroom. As I did so, the woman who was bullying me tried to touch me. She said she was checking me for lumps and preparing me for boyfriends. This was just the beginning of the final straw for me. About a week later in our local club, the woman's youngest sister was in front of me at the bar. When she turned round, she said to me, "Well, we'll move then." For the first time ever in my life, I stood my ground and I refused to move, even though she had loads of shorts in her hands. Sometime after this, the bully pulled me on our local shopping centre and started accusing me of saying stuff again. Again, for the first time ever, I stood my ground with her and I stood up to her. I told her that if she ever did or said anything to me again, that I would get out all my old diaries and I would see her in court. My mum had to stand in between us because she knew that my head was going. She told her to go away because if my head went completely, she couldn't control me. This woman has never been punished for what she did to me and she probably never will be. She is still completely obsessed with me and jealous to death of anyone I'm close to. She now tells her friends and family that I need supervising when I eat, and they will sit and supervise me and tell me to eat nicely. I blame this woman for the fact that I am now mentally ill, and I have been for many years. I probably will be for the rest of my life. That will never ever change, thanks to that woman, and I hate her because of this. I hate her family and certain friends of hers because they took part in what she did. Mostly though, I hate her because of what she did to me. She has ruined my life and I live in constant fear of her. Every time I go out, whether I'm on my own or with someone, all I think is, am I going to see this woman today? If so, I wonder what excuse she's going to come up with today to get at me. It's very rare I do see her, but when I do, she always comes up with some excuse to get at me. There's been times when she has told people that my mum is as slack as I am. She called my best friend a puff just because he's gay. I have dreams, lots of dreams. I always dreamt that one day I would have at least one child of my own. Either naturally, be it artificial insemination, or be it adoption. I've always dreamt of having my hair long enough to sit on ever since I was a little girl, and I think I'm halfway there. Ever since I was a little girl, I have dreamed of learning to sing and dance and to play lots of musical instruments. For as long as I can remember, I have dreamed of owning my own business, but I wouldn't know where to start. For many, many years I have dreamed of going to Florida to swim with dolphins, but I don't have a passport and I would never ever go on an aeroplane or any kind of ship. Over the past few months I've written a lot of short stories and my dream is to one day get them published. I know none of my dreams will ever come true. I know that none of my dreams will ever come true because of that woman. I know this woman will always stand in my way even if she is not there physically. I also know that there are a lot of other people who still stand in my way too, who will stand in my way too. These are people who hate me because of what I did to them and their friends and family. I may not have threatened to or actually hurt anyone physically, and I never would or could. What I did was much worse. I went online and I sent horrible messages to people, including my best friend and his sister, which got me into trouble with the police. I know what I was doing was wrong, but I knew that what I was doing was wrong, but I couldn't stop myself. You see, because of my past and what happened to me, I was hurting really bad way down deep inside. I thought that if I hurt other people and made them feel my pain, that my pain would go away. My pain didn't go away, it just got worse. I know that what I did was wrong and that there are a lot of people who hate me for what I did, and I honestly don't blame them. If it was me receiving the messages, or any of my friends and family, I'd feel the same way. I have now turned a corner in my life, and I haven't been in any kind of trouble for a few years, and I know I won't, never will again. Now I concentrate on looking after my pets, being there for my family and friends, and doing my drama class and writing my short stories, and I don't want that to change ever. I'm proud of how far I have come, and I never want to do anything bad to anyone again. I know that I never ever want to get in trouble with the police again. Just the thought of getting into trouble with the police again terrifies me, and I never ever want to go down that road again ever in my life. The end. Thank you.